Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Today we're taking a look at the Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silesium. First, I want to remind you that we're here at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'll be dropping a link in the description if you want to inquire about purchasing this piece or a watch from one of their other collections from the many premium brands that they sell. So now let's jump into this review. So as I said, this is the Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silesium. I think that this watch serves as an affordable alternative to the Rolex Datejust. Due to kind of number one, the way that the watch looks. Additionally, the quality of the finishing and the kind of functionality of the movement kind of serve to make it a good kind of affordable alternative. And additionally, obviously, the price. So this watch retails at $775 in steel and $1,300 for the two-tone version on a strap. And there are other variants of this, so you can get a steel with a strap, and the prices are obviously different, but these are two of the models that they have here at JB Hudson that I just wanted to share with you. So now I'll jump into the various features of this watch, and I'll kind of stick to the steel one, just frankly because I think it's a little bit more popular probably than the two-tone. The two-tone is finished very nicely, but the finishing tends to be a little bit more polished than the steel version. Actually, it is entirely polished, whereas obviously the steel has both brushed and polished surfaces. Additionally, the bracelet kind of is more reminiscent of the Datejust, I would say, than the strap on the two-tone. So, as I said, this is the Powermatic 80. It has that movement in it. So the 80 is very significant in that this watch has 80 hours of power reserve, which is actually more than the Rolex is going to have, and that's a lot, especially for something that's $775. It's a Swiss movement. It's very well made, and 80 hours is, as you know, it's greater than 3 days. So that's a lot. I don't know of anything in this price range that comes even close to that. It's difficult to even find something that's above 48 hours at this price point. So this watch is definitely meant to be worn as kind of a daily wear, given that 80-hour power reserve. It's also it's probably meant for someone who doesn't really have a watch winder, who doesn't have that large of a watch collection, maybe. Just because if you have a watch winder, that kind of opens up your options with regard to power reserves, because you can just leave the watch in the watch winder and your watches will be always wound. But again, this watch it would be great for someone who has two watches probably and doesn't have a watch winder, because again, you don't have to wear it every day to the high power reserve. But again, you don't have a watch winder probably. So nonetheless, moving into the finishing, again, this is both brushed and polished surfaces. It's very, very nice. The bracelet has some great heft to it. There is solid end links, and the clasp is very nice. It's a double deployant clasp. The quality is a cut above most of the ones that I've seen in this price point, just due to the thickness. It feels very, very nice. And then it has an exhibition case back. The movement isn't finished that well. They call it the Waves of Time finishing, but really that's kind of just, it looks like laser engraving. It's not like perlage or anything like that. But again, the watch is $775. You shouldn't really expect any level of perlage or Côte de Genève at this price point. And the dial looks very nice in this blue. You can see there's a sector, it's not a sector dial, sorry. It's got the crosshairs on the dial on the two-tone. It looks very nice as well. It doesn't look cheap by any means. It definitely looks like it would be more expensive than this. Now I'll try the watch on for a wrist shot. It's got a 40mm case size, which would look good on most people's wrists. And I think that it definitely does. It's very comfortable. I would say that one of the differences between this and the Datejust is it feels a little bit rougher when it's sliding on your wrist than the Datejust would, but I think that it's still very comfortable nonetheless. Additionally, that size makes it very comfortable as well. It's definitely not too large, and it's not too small either. It's just a great modern everyday watch. So if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, and share, and remember, at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Also, if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell, as that is the only way you're going to stay notified of all the videos which we constantly upload. Thank you for watching.